So Nalyssa Smith, one of Caitlin Clark's teammates, poked the bear, and it did not work out. It really did not work out. In hindsight, probably lost him the game, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things. Nalyssa Smith's been great this year, but oh my god, this is one of those, like, you know those moments where you see in compilations where it's like, oh, when trash talking backfires? It backfired so miraculously badly for Nalyssa Smith yesterday. Before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for 11,000 subscribers. We are, I don't even know what goal we have right now, but if we could hit 11.1k by the end of the day, that'll be absolutely insane. We're going bit by bit, hopefully to add a third silver play button behind my head at some stage from this channel. But thank you guys so much for the support in the channel recently. But anyway, Nalyssa Smith. So what happened here? What happened here was that with 6:42 to go, you guys can see the score. It is a 10-point game. This game looks like it's over. And she two-smalls Angel Reese. She two-smalls Angel Reese, and what happens? I don't even think necessarily it was Angel Reese saw it, but the whole game they were chirping at each other. And what happened? Angel Reese goes, burns her on the perimeter. A very soft and one. Doesn't matter. She still put the ball in the basket. Probably should have been an and one. No, but you know what? Bucket's a bucket. The whole game they were going at each other. This is after the and one that tied it. This was after an and one that tied it. She goes and starts chirping at Nalyssa Smith. What happens? No scores for a couple of minutes. You know who gets the next score to put Chicago up 2? Angel Reese. They call a timeout and isolate Angel Reese in the post on Nalyssa Smith. You're out here talking about Michael Jordan memes with Angel Reese. And, yeah, and this is also something I do really like. I really like this right here. So they're going at each other. The ref comes over. The ref comes over just to see what's going on. And the two players are like, we're fine. The ref's not going to call anything. I like that from a referee. I like that from the ref. Because at the end of the day, like, look, the ref, as a ref, you do have to go check because you don't know what's going to happen when it comes to this type of stuff. But the two players are fine with it. Let them away with it. Like, that is perfect refereeing in that scenario. That is absolutely perfect refereeing. You have to at least check to make sure it's okay. But, like, sometimes it can get malicious. I think that is absolutely perfect refereeing in the scenario. And Nalyssa Smith too small. Angel Reese the next 10 minutes. Like, Nalyssa Smith effed around and found out. And I love that. I absolutely love that in basketball. And you know what? Like, Nalyssa Smith has been playing pretty well recently. She played pretty well against Chicago. And she had played decently enough up to that point. Like, up to that point, I think Angel Reese had, 15 points, 10 boards. And Nalyssa Smith had like 10. And Nalyssa Smith had been getting the better of Angel Reese a bit inside. And then Angel Reese proceeded to destroy her through the last 6 minutes of that game. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And I'm not going to lie, like, that game right there was won by Angel Reese. It was won by Angel Reese. Like, you can, as much as you want to say, like, Christy Sides was a big reason why the Fever lost the game. As much as you want to say that a big reason why they lost the game was, like, taking the ball out of Clark's hands, which it was, you also have to give credit to Angel Reese for taking over the game. Because at the end of the day, like, look, a team can completely throw away a lead, but the other team still has to score the points. And it was almost entirely from Angel Reese right here. I'm going to make another video on it later today, how it was like the perfect game for the WNBA. No BS, no off-the-court stuff, just pure basketball. And this version of Angel Reese that is not trying to play a villain role, that is not out there trying to make up some, not even necessarily some rivalry, because there is a rivalry between these two teams. Not out here trying to, like, pander to what the media expects and getting too involved in it and just playing ball, is an unbelievable player. Is the second best rookie in this class. And again, this is a really good rookie class, and there is a bigger gap between Reese and Aaliyah Edwards in third than there is between Reese and Clark, even though I do think there is still, like, Caitlin Clark's better than Angel Reese. Let's just call a spade a spade. She's better than Angel Reese. But that doesn't mean Angel Reese isn't exceptionally good. So, yeah, it was a tough old game there for Nalyssa Smith. Absolutely getting destroyed there by Angel Reese. But when do these teams play again? That's when this is going to be an interesting one. So the only problem is, if you guys know anything about the Fever have a really tough set of games coming up. So they had a really easy run. You've now got a really tough run. So she's coming up against Nneka Onwumike against the Storm. Nneka is going to destroy her. She's then playing the Mercury, who, I don't know, who did Mercury play the 4? Did they play, I don't know, because I know Kat Copper's not a 4. Taurasi isn't. Allen isn't. Does Cunningham play the 4? I have no idea. But then she obviously is coming up against, she probably won't be guarding AJ Wilson. It'll probably be Boston. Maybe she will guard Wilson and get cooked here. Getting absolutely cooked by Breanna Stewart here. Yeah, they're playing the Mystics on the 10th. Like, they might go on a 5-game losing streak right here. Because they're not really in a position to win any of these games. You win even one of them, it's great. But at least if you went on a 5-game win streak, if they'd won yesterday, it would have been a big, big positive. Because they're probably going to win most 2 more games. If they win 3 games coming into the Olympic break. So what are they right now? They are 7-11 right now. So let's just say hypothetically 7. If they lose all the games they should lose. I don't know about the Mercury because the pace they play at might be too tough for the Mercury. So let's just say hypothetically, give them 1 win against the Mercury out of 2. They probably lose this game 7-12, 8-12, 8-13, 8-14. They're not beating these teams. 9-14, 9-15, 9-16, 10-16. If you go in 10-16 into the Olympic break, it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, that was a tough loss. That was a real tough loss. And it comes down to so many things. Obviously hindsight is 20/20 when it comes to Nalyssa Smith stuff. Like, you can't say that, like, the trash talking could have worked. If they win this game, people do the 2 small things plenty of time. And I'm not going to lie, Angel Reese is a not great interior defender. But my God, did Angel Reese step up offensively. The touch she had. She was making layups. Like, she was making tough shots, which was really impressive. But yeah, the whole thing with Nalyssa Smith and Angel Reese, it is just bully ball. She just played bully ball. And as Gilbert Arenas said, Angel Reese bullied Nalyssa Smith. And like, this is the individual rivalry, because these are 2 players that are actually going to be matching up with each other. Whereas Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese play opposite positions. And I know obviously there is going to be the rivalry between their 2 teams because of the 2 of them, personality-wise. But the on-the-court rivalry is going to be between these 2 players. And I'm not going to lie. I got him. I have 47. Oh my God. Like, this is what the WNBA needed, was this game right here. And I'm not going to lie, Nalyssa Smith effing around and finding out badly is one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, this is definitely good for the league.